There are certain sequences of energy in an interaction. To start to draw it, in terms of like the energetic phases, this is so weird again. Energy, time, in factor to it like this, width, less. Energy over time, keep it red because it's emotional. In the beginning, when you make the approach, you're going to be a little bit exciting. And then at some point, you need to drop off and invite her to contribute the energy. So that's when I'll disengage, relax a little bit, but still lend my attention, always very passively. I'm always going to have my body side on. Okay, we see camera number 2 here. Instead of me standing up at the girl, like very formally, like talk to me, tell me about your life, I want to hear about it, I'll turn my body side on, lend my attention, and if the girl's facing that way, I actually want to be like intimate plus innocent, so nice and close, so we can have a we interaction, not a me versus you interaction, a we. Us together looking out on the world, speaking side on.
I think you should offer.
So that's me kind of disengaging and giving her a chance to run the show without putting pressure on her. You saw in a lot of the videos, I will be funny and fuck around and look the girl in the face and be like, what are you going to say to that? You going to keep up? Okay, so what do you want from me?
From you.
What do you want from me? Free drinks? Slaps in the face?
For example, I thought, yeah.
What's your job? What's your job? Talk to me. Talk to me. What's your job? But then I will stop bullying her basically and withdraw. And that creates a vacuum where I'm kind of like doing false takeaways. Like maybe I'm going to walk away if she can't keep up. What's your job? What's your job? Talk to me. Talk to me. What's your job? No. You're a smart girl. Okay, I need to be behaved. Hello, nice to meet you. If you do too much high energy stuff, you do become a dancing monkey. She does get like overwhelmed, think that you're too emotionally slick, and then she just backs the fuck up and gives up. She's like, well, he's happy on his own, fuck that. I never heard this question before, I never answered it, but how do I know when it's the right level? If I had to say something tangible, it's when her feet are trained on me. When her feet are at me, okay? Or when one foot is leaning at me, okay? If this camera here, actually this camera here, you can see my feet, I'm sure. It's when I'm done what I've done, and now her feet and her knees are kind of towards me. It's a subtle way of her giving herself away. So I know that it's very, very easy and basic to satisfy a girl in terms of what she needs to see from us that we are enough. A range of emotions, a bit of physicality, statement of empathy, I know how you feel, I like you, don't disappoint me, hug, that's pretty much it. Where she's there, she's not going anywhere, but you've made her a little bit nervous. Exactly. By simply pausing, this is so huge and a massive part of this entire program. By simply pausing deliberately and expectantly at a certain point, looking the girl in the eye, raising an eyebrow and making some tension, creating tension, basically saying to her, I can game, I can talk, can you? Expectantly, she gets very self-conscious, feels very girly, and she'll start gaming you. She's like, so, how long are you staying here? So, do you come here? Like, under pressure, they have really shitty game. And of course, you can run with that and tease them on that a little bit. But the pause, you can also use it really positively as well. So if the girl makes a point, she's like, I believe in animal welfare, and I believe everyone should take a year out of their life to help another cause. And you pause, and you think to yourself, you let what she said sink in, whether it's good or bad. Really take a moment, whatever it is, and let it sink in. Consider her valid opinion as a human being, and if you then validate it, if you're like, that's fucking awesome, good fucking point, good idea, you help me to consider shit that I never thought about, which, you know, you should be able to take some value from everybody, learn something from everybody you meet, and then if you invite her contribution like that, my God, you're going to stand out from every other guy who only really wants to fuck her or prove something to himself by getting some action with her. Now, of course you want to get some action, but why not make the process as enjoyable as possible and learn as much about the person as well during the process? I swear to God, trying to have sex is the best way to fall in love. It's a problem, okay? Because the more you have sex, the more you love the girls that you get to know, and that's awesome, unless you're like drunk on drugs or just being fucking crazy. So you do kind of run the risk of getting emotionally involved. When you're the leader of a conversation, when you've got influence and when you're sharp and on point and your lungs are full of air, in my case, I'll always bounce around to an entire group and I'll be asking everybody. If somebody's being left out, I'm like, what do you think? What do you think? What were you saying? Hold on, shut up, I want to hear her talk or him talk or whatever it is. Almost like a 3 or 4 dimensional tennis match. Ding, 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 ding. So that way the entire group is contributing and they know from the very outset that I really want to hear from everybody, that I'm the kind of person, some kind of weird hippie who values everybody's opinion equally to one another. Mates, gather around, gather around, gather around. So, with the pause, write that down in your books, at home, on the internet, wherever you're watching this. Do weird and deliberate pauses. It's almost like a computer game. The girl says something good or bad, and you stop. And the tension just builds. And with that tension, you can be like, that's awesome. Good shit. Or with that tension, that is so fucking stupid. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. It's like, what the fuck? No, fuck you. So when you pause that way, you get to judge her in a very constructive, positive way, or a very playful, tension-fueled, negative way, which is really good as well. Cool, the pause is just fucking amazing and one of the best and fastest ways to bond. I said, again, the opposite of the pause is when you cut people off at the end of the conversation to get back to your agenda. And now that I've mentioned this, now that you're learning about this with the program, what's going to happen is you're going to have very, very, very short patience with people who don't appear to make an effort to listen to the kinds of things that you're saying. You're like, motherfucker, stop cutting me off before I finish my sentence. You're driving me fucking crazy. And even then, when you speak to girls in the bar, young girls, they're so preoccupied with trying to prove ideas to themselves. I mean, I was here at the hotel and I met an Australian girl a few days ago, just a regular peasant, regular, plebeian traveling the world, peasant, I mean like a regular kid just traveling the world. And I pause and I listen and I wanted to offer my opinion about airplanes because I like fucking airplanes. And she's like, the Russian government, they shot down MH17. But I'm like, okay, look, woman, I didn't come up here tonight to have you give me a lecture on political tensions in Russia. Please, am I entitled to my opinion? She's like, yeah, I'm sorry. Oh God, am I doing that? I'm like, yeah. It's like, do you even give a fuck what I'm saying? She's like, I'm like, clearly not. It's like, well, I just believe in it so much. I'm like, well, what about my beliefs? She's like, yeah, my bad. So you can call people out on that and again, bring back the balance to the conversation. It's kind of funny as well. Like, why the fuck does a 19-year-old girl lecture a stranger on international politics that means nothing, that she has no idea about? Patience, my friends. Patience, because actually it's like pacing and leading. If you're patient with idiots, or idiots is a really bad word, people who are naive or have false delusions about how smart they are, if you pace, if you accept them on their level and then steer their thoughts in a better direction. I mean, think about really, really hot girls who are in their own world. Take some time to listen to what they've got to say, let it sink in, relax and chill out, and they'd be like, I understand what you're saying. I understand. Makes sense. Good opinion. I see how you've come to that. Respect. But did you think of this? Let them finish the silly shit that they've said about energy, healing, or auras, or star signs, things that have no scientific grounding whatsoever. And then you can kind of expand their mind. Because I know, yeah, you want to have sex with really hot chicks, but sometimes those hot chicks can be so fucking deluded, it's mind-blowing. But don't let it be mind-blowing in a bad way. Let it be mind-blowing in a good way. It's like, you really believe in Scientology. Tell me about that. What the fuck? Like, an alien came down and that's your God? Well, okay. Everyone's entitled to a belief system. You know, it could be anything. It's fucking crazy. It's like, I believe my cat was an old man in his old life who worked on a farm. I've heard this before. Who worked on a farm in Egypt. But it wasn't ancient Egypt. It was recent Egypt. Because he has character traits of an old Egyptian man. I'm like, you're so hot. Why do you believe your cat is an Egyptian man? Okay, I'm like, okay, so did he have pets? You're like, yeah, goats. I'm like, okay, right, well, what can I say to that? I'm like, awesome. Perhaps I'm an old Egyptian man. She's like, no, you're not. I'm like, whatever. So pacing and leading and embracing. Who's to say, like, honestly, I think it's a fucking stupid idea. But who's to say I'm right and she's wrong? I don't fucking know, but that's a really cool way to accept it, and it's very kind of mentally stimulating. Before I even approach a girl, what I'll do, Jimmy, you helped me invent this one. We have the anti-3-second rule. Have you heard of it? The anti-3-second rule. Before I even approach a girl, I want to say out loud 3 emotions that she's feeling before I even approach her. So the video that we watched before, when I saw the 2 girls talking to that guy, I actually would feel them without saying them, but since now I'm coaching it, I want to have you guys say them or articulate them out loud. That blonde girl, before I approached her, I'm thinking she's self-conscious because she's back in the bar. She's not really sure what she's doing in a good way. She's excited to be out there and going for it. It's a giveaway the way she's dressed, what she's wearing. She's naturally very pretty, but not drawing attention to herself, okay? So that means that she's made nervous by extra social attention. She's not super comfortable with it or super familiar with it in recent times. I know that she's also bored by that guy who's speaking to her, so she wants a way out because that guy is overbearing. He wants something from her. That's a dead giveaway. And at the same time, she's curious as to meeting other people, and I can definitely fulfill that. Whereas the other girl in the same Helsinki video, the girl who's trying to get me away from the girl I just mentioned, the one who's more confident, before I approached her, the 3 emotions that I felt kind of inside of her is that she doesn't care. She's like down for anything. I'm down for whatever. So she's not self-conscious. She's like putting herself out there, being energetic, throwing caution to the wind, and inviting adventure is what she's doing. At the same time, she is a little bit, I felt like with that particular girl, that she was comparing herself to other people in the bar and kind of weighing up where she fit into the big picture. Was she a cute girl or was she not? Is she going to get a guy or not? And that was reflected in a little bit of desperation and a huge fear of loss in the way that I took myself away. So I needed to tread on that carefully, and that means to me that I will need to kind of remind her and qualify her why I think she's attractive if I decide to go for a girl like her. And the other thing is, she wants game. She wants something feisty, she wants some tension, she wants some push and pull because she's getting off on the high energy, more high octane game, which is totally fine as well. So seeking adventure, wants to be gamed, wants a bit of drama in her life because that's simply a turn on, like watching a good TV show or watching a good sporting event where whatever sporting event you're watching is coming down to the last second of the game before the outcome is decided. That kind of dynamic. So before you even make the approach, feel the connection, articulate it in your head. Don't blindly charge in, because if you do that, you're going to be sociopathic, you're going to put her off. Feel it, and then you're going to go and speak to her like she'll feel like you already kind of know her before you even get there. Other guys, when they go up without even thinking, they think this guy has no idea who I am, what I want. It's the guy thinking that he wins at the expense of me or no consideration of me. Excuse me. I once saw You Think You Can Dance in Australia in 2008. I'm very good. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate my moves? Do you understand any English at all whatsoever? Probably not, but that's alright, I can teach you the language. Oi, come back. Being a strong guy who's kind of like level-minded and open and accepting, it doesn't matter what anybody says, you're accepting of it. They'll go back to you as a source of validation, which they're going to really like.
I follow you.
Oh, you follow me?
What even do at the same time?
So for guys who are quite confident or ballsy or expressive, guys can approach anyone anytime. The drills that I get them to do straight away is have an excessive use of the words, I understand. Say, I understand a lot more. Not only to communicate to the girl that you're attempting to understand her, but in your own mind, to put your mind, to switch your focus to being understanding. So I just want you to say, at least once a minute in the conversation, I understand. That's it. Oh, I understand, I understand, I understand. So then you can reconcile you being expressive and sharing yourself with bringing her into the conversation, inviting contribution at the same time. Use the word, I understand a lot. Use the word, my bad a lot, okay? My bad, my bad. It's like saying, I understand, or you've got equally as much right in this conversation as I do, okay? So you're actually trying to create a path of least resistance and agreeability. The fact that you understand the metaphor about the big jug of water, you have that presence, you're willing to go the distance and you're willing to reapproach many times, that's all the value that you need. And then you want to have a lot of smoothness in your approach. That'll be the last video that we show you today. I also say a lot, I'm sorry to the chick. Even if I'm not that sorry, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, my bad. And here in the United Kingdom, the phrase, I'm sorry, is a very common one as well. I like the metaphor with government and protesters. I think South Park kind of said it best. It's like, people of the country of the United Kingdom, or Australia, or the United States, you have the right to protest. The government is listening. Go ahead and protest. We're sorry for your plight. We are not going to do anything about your plight, but we're sorry. But have fun protesting. So the girl's like, fuck you and bullshit and bullshit. I'm like, I'm sorry. But yes, I'm not going to stop what I'm doing trying to hook up with you or whatever it might be. That's the government way of doing it. At least then the people feel like they have a recourse or a connection to their leader, their leader. You then have a connection to your subordinates. As leaders, thinking like a leader and wanting to bring others up to your level, wanting to show girls a good time, if you can downwardsly connect with subordinates by being understanding, it's completely brilliant because then you're taking the time to make them feel understood. If you don't take the time to let subordinates feel understood, in a government sense, that's a metaphor for tyranny, like Saddam Hussein or Gaddafi or Mubarak or whatever. I do whatever the fuck I want. I don't want to hear anything from the people, and if you say anything, you're shot dead. This is a real reality and not too distant, not too recent history. So the difference there is acknowledgement for a sense of connection, but are you actually changing the course of action? No, not really, okay? Keep gaming and say, I'm sorry. Keep trying to kiss the girl and say, I'm sorry. Take her by the hand and try to walk her outside to go on a date. Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you wanted to. My bad. And it's very cute and charming as well. Remember, people like attention from authority figures. People like to get validation and attention from authority figures, regardless of what it is. You know, poor people who want attention, they just kick up a fuss just to get acknowledgement, and that's very, very soothing. Cool. You French guys over there, you're always breaking rapport with me. Are you aware of that? Every time I speak to you, you basically argue with everything I have to say. We're sorry. It's not that bad, it's just a habit, and English is not your first language. What is the most popular word in Swedish? What's the most popular word in Swedish, Toby? But. I told you many points of opinion. You came to me as the authority, as a 17-year-old. 17, 18? 19. A 19-year-old with very little world experience, want to ask questions in the seminar in front of everyone, the youngest guy here. And I'm like, here's my opinion. Straight away, you're like, but. Fuck your opinion, but what about mine? I'm like, oh, God. Oh, God. He doesn't know he's doing it, but that's okay. But, what's that? Yeah. we could say that. The worst communication habit. I mean, do you mean that? No. You do agree. Yes. You value my opinion. That's why you ask for it. But how do I feel when I say but. When you say but to me, I'm like, in Swedish, whenever anybody starts a conversation, they say, men, jag vill gärna en café. I want a coffee. They always say but. So it's like, I'm not concerned with anybody else except myself. Your opinion is over there, my opinion is over here. We're different. Or it's similar in Danish and Norwegian especially as well. And I believe for Scandinavians, that's why they have such isolated emotions and an isolated sense of self. What's an even worse example than saying but in a conversation? In Portugal, they actually will say no anyway whenever anybody says anything. For example, what I've heard in Portuguese, like European Portuguese, is that when somebody says, hey, do you know where the shop is? The answer is going to be, no, the shop's down the street. Okay, so yeah, it's like instead of actually getting along with one another and being agreeable, which actually builds a whole lot of rapport, it's creating a culture where it's like, I disagree, but here's your information. It's kind of hard as well for like Eastern European cultures, undeveloped cultures, maybe even Portugal, perhaps Greece, for example, in this day and age, where a lot of people are walking around with a kind of a fear that people are challenging their beliefs, trying to take something from them, or not giving their fair share of what they deserve. And if people are walking around with that feeling of being challenged or being taken advantage of, it's very, very hard to open up, relax, and make connections with others. So if you are Eastern European, relax. If you are from an undeveloped country moving to a developed country, you've got to relax and assume trust first. And if you're speaking to girls from Eastern European countries, realize that they come from a culture where a lot of people, especially the government and authorities and bigger organizations, really kind of put themselves first, and oftentimes at the expense of, poor people who don't have the same resources. So never, ever, ever say but. You can be as confident and outgoing and expressive as I have been here, but never say but to the girl unless you're, exaggerating an argument. But, no fucking way. Or she could say like, I win the bet. I'm like, okay, I see what you're saying, but no. Agree, then say but. If I ever hear but first thing, I'll be nice about it 10 times, then I'm like, dude, stop fucking saying but to me. Stop saying I disagree with you. I disacknowledge your point of view. And for me, my point as a leader or a teacher or a helper, especially like being a boyfriend to the girlfriend, showing girls a good time, or coaching students in field, if I ever hear it, I'm like, what the fuck? You guys will start hearing it from other people now as well. And you're going to be like, bartender, shut the fuck up. Taxi driver, shut the fuck up. Young girl, I really like you and I want better things for you. Stop saying fucking but. And you can say it to chicks, and they're gonna hear that and they're gonna be like, oh, do I really say that? I'm like, yeah, you're pissing me off. You're allowed to say that. That's the grumpy aspect that I mentioned a little bit before. Remove but from the conversation and your rapport is gonna be so fucking strong. Really, really search actively all the time for an opportunity to verbally acknowledge when a person has contributed to you, okay? Really, really search for that. Jimmy, he was on my program. Jim, your drive in the program gives me enthusiasm in the game. No fucking joke. And he's got like this warm, like, really? No, really, like, fuck yeah. I fucking love it. When I'm hanging out with you, when you're in field, you're like a fucking man on a mission, and you're a great example to the other students. I'm like, yeah, fuck, Jim is on this session. Yes, cool. That means something to me, okay? I'm acknowledging how you contribute to me. Vashko, you as a human being contribute to me, okay? Just because you're a fucking cunt. Oh, I love it. You're so good. I'm like, Vasco, knock something over. He's like, I just did one. I'm like, oh, you just did. It's like you read my mind. Tackling people in clubs, fooling around with people, throwing limes at people. And I'm like, these are not good things, but I think they're so fucking funny, okay? That's me here acknowledging guys. To girls in the club, I'll say to them, you help me relax so much. To girls in the club, I say, you've got such fine features and the way you carry yourself is so delicate, it helps me to stop being like a belligerent idiot, which I want to be, but I see the beauty in you, okay? The beauty in your behavior is a better way to say it. To a girl who doesn't take any shit, a girl who's kind of aggressive, a girl who gives guys a lot of tests, I'm like, you know what? just being around you, I know that I don't need to take any shit from, chicks who are kind of aggressive with me. Good shit, high five. That's when I would give a girl a high five. Jump on the opportunity. It's called a deep personality compliment. I'm thinking of Alex in Stockholm. We did these drills and it was really good. Deep personality compliments. Can you search, put words to articulate a way in which a girl emotionally contributes to your life? Does she calm you? Does she make you more confident? Does she make you more of a risk taker? Does she make you more adventurous? Does she make you trust yourself more? Does she make you want to have one more drink? Does she make you want to quit drinking? Does she make you want to fuck 4 more times in one night? Actually, with a girl that I was with recently, I'm like, you know what? Usually I would like fuck once and get you to give me a massage. But just how amazingly in shape you are and how much you must respect yourself to want to work out that much and the sacrifices that you make, I have to fuck you 4 more times. And she's like, really? I'm like, yeah, you obviously like treat yourself so fucking well. Respect, here we go. And she's like, awesome. Do you guys appreciate girls on deep personality levels? Fuck yeah, of course you do. But you don't put words to it. But the combination of actually putting words to it, you'll tune your mind in to things that you really like about them. And back to the X factor. You'll get that fucking spark in your eye and you'll realize the individual value of the girl in front of you. And you'll get that drive to deal with the bullshit, deal with the logistics, deal with all the uncertainty, all the energy, the money, the time that it can take to actually get that chick. Another awesome way to motivate yourself in the set. Cool. We spoke about we versus you communication. It's not me versus the chick. It's like we're in this together. We are like special friends. Special friends. I like it. It's kind of like a movie. Now I'm thinking of Liam in Melbourne. Like a movie. It's like you and the girl are the 2 really cool people in the room. Eye contact. And you have to speak to, simpler minded people, lower consciousness people, less self-respecting people. More eye contact. You go over there, you tell her a secret. It's like, if I get a chance, I want to talk to you. You go back to the lower consciousness people. Then you go back over there and be like, if I get a chance, I want to talk to you again. Okay? This is killing me, but I have to do what I have to do. I've got to spend time with my friends. So that kind of we interaction, it's not like, how do I get you? I'm assuming that we are already together and it's inevitable. Okay? I assume that we're on the same team from the very outset, and how can we combine what we're doing here as opposed to how can I impress you? How can we contribute to one another? What can I help you with? How can I make you feel good? And how does she make you feel good? You see that? So you're combining the 2 of you by offering stuff to her, making her feel good, and telling her how she makes you feel good. Pretty simple stuff, but nobody does it because everybody is so kind of like cost-benefit analysis geared towards the chick that it actually makes her kind of like defensive against a guy who's at her or versus her. So when you see like a common goal, and one thing that I always do is like, we are going to set up our friends. We are going to create the after party. We are going to use each other as an oasis to relax and not have to judge one another or be judged by others. That's the goofiness. We are going to leave together into the safety of McDonald's, your place or my place, not because I'm trying to fuck you or hook up with you, but because with you, we get each other. So I'm assuming that she's on my team from the beginning. I'm looking at her for her similarities to me and the fact that she feels like home. I'm just assuming that I've been with a girl like her before. When I meet her from the very beginning, we'll show this in the Oslo set next, which is a lot more calm and chill. And that creates a far warmer conversation where we can have in-jokes from the very beginning. The quickest way to make a girl feel sexual, or to be open about her sexuality, or to share herself with you sexually, is to make her comfortable. Is to reassure her that when she's with you, there's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to go wrong. She's in a safe environment. She'll never be judged. She'll never be felt needy of. She'll never feel like she's needed by you. that you simply really, really, really enjoy her company. You really appreciate her beauty, her individualism, her hair, her smile, her charisma, her personal boundaries. You like those traits about her. And so she feels like, I'm with this guy, I'm appreciated and not judged, I'm understood. Awesome, let's get fucking naked. Let's get like to a higher level of appreciation. Girls love that kind of ego boost where a guy appreciates them aesthetically and for their body and all that good stuff. They love that. But at the same time, they also like to play a kind of a game where they just please you because they know they can, right? For a girl, like of course they like having sex, but they know that the guy loves it that much more. They know that it's fucking crazy for the guy to get laid with a new hot girl. So in a way, it's like, I'm gonna be super nice girl and do you a favor, but at the same time, I get to feel super fucking appreciated. So those two things go together. The best way you can set that up is basically say, like, I don't expect anything of you. All I wanna do is see you in your lingerie. And I remember in one of these sets, I'll show you in a second, I say, the girl asked me, like, what do I expect to happen tonight? And I say, I don't care for anything. I just want a head massage, and I would like to see you in your lingerie, but I can't control that. So I'm entertaining these ideas, sexual expressions.
What do you actually want to happen tonight with me?
I would love to, I wanted to show you this video that I made, like this graphic shit that I was making. So I'd love to hang out with you, have you stay at my place. Beard, clothes,
And look, if a head massage, you know, happens to
I wasn't even thinking about that. But my
Yes, you were.
No, honestly. It's like too much of a guilty pleasure to think about it. So just have you stay over and have someone to hang out with in the morning for breakfast. That's it, really. I would like to see you in your lingerie and like crash next to you. That's it. Anything beyond that would be like awesome bonus, but it's like you can't expect them in the lottery. So I also say things to girls like, I want to take the conversation sexual, but I want to make it sexual comfortable. So I'm saying to the chick, I'll make you a deal. If I can see your fish tank, no. If I show you my photography, then I get to see you in your lingerie. I don't want anything else more. You don't even need to show me it in person. You can send me a photo, but you know, a photo I can keep, and you might worry that I might show it to your friends. But if I see you in person with my hands behind my back, then that's even better. And then I win. I can tell my friends that I had sex with you, and no one needs to know the truth. Okay? My dick doesn't get any sex, but I can think about it a lot. In fact, you know what, chick? I'm gonna think about you in your lingerie right now. Just stop there for a minute. She's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm like, nothing. Everything is right with me. You look so good. Are you wearing red? I always talk about the lingerie. I'm like, you look so good. Your hip bones, the lines in your abs, like C cup. Awesome. Turn around. I want to see you from like over the shoulder. And she's like, this is fucking awesome, but stop fucking saying it in public. So you're entertaining these awesome sexual expressions. She's feeling super fucking appreciated. And it's about the beauty, not you bragging to her friends. So you're personalizing the sexuality. Lingerie is the best way to do that, okay? Or another thing is like, I want you to wear my shirt. This is kind of weird, okay? Like, I don't care if we don't have sex, but if you wear my like rugby shirt, that'd be like the cutest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. You would look so good in my clothes, okay? I would like basically adopt you like Dobby the fucking house elf. Good girl. You look so small and skinny and elegant. Perfect. And another one is, what high heels are you wearing? When you look at the girl in the high heels, the feet, girls love high heels because feet can never be fat. You know that's why? They're like, oh my God, so elegant, so fine features, so fucking athletic, so girly. And the girls are like, this is good. I like this. I want more of this. It's a simple like pleasure button that they like to tap into. So not rushing it, and then we're going to use the inception dynamic later, is actually the fastest way to get the girl sexual. Not pushing her, pulling her, telling her, commanding her. You can kind of entertain those ideas as expressions. But the force of it is not the answer. It's actually slowing down and mentally entertaining those ideas from a cool place. Oh my God.
That's me.
All right, let's analyze this account. Not bad. I like this one. A bit of color in the bikini. I'm looking at her Instagram, looking at her bikinis and saying like, I like the color in your bikinis. I like you in a bikini basically, but not like I'm saying like I'm a photographer, so I like the colors of it, not that you're a sexy. Okay, can I show you? I'm so excited about my own holiday because I haven't been on a holiday for like 9 weeks. 9 fucking weeks, except Resort. Resort's not really a holiday, it's like just checking it out. Because all I want to do, this is my vision. Ready? You want the vision? You, with your blue eyes and your blonde hair and your perfect complexion. I'm a photographer. And your cute little comments laughing at me. If you can just hang out with me and we go to like a nice hotel and drive in a fucking Porsche and I get drunk as shit and you like push me into the hotel and I'm like, I'm so happy. What's that?
Not a lot of sex in you.
You don't have to if you don't want to. She said, not a lot of sex involved with you. I'm like, you don't have to. I'm like, all I want to do is like drive a nice car and I get drunk and you carry me home. She's like, not a lot of sex involved with you. So I'm like entertaining all of it. I mean, she's wearing a bikini, looking really hot and being really cute, but I don't talk about the sex.
No, a lot of sex. I need a lot of sex to work. That's like.
You need a lot of sex?
I need a lot of sex. That's why I have a really good body too. I have like breast implants.
So you see, I'm not gaming at her, I'm gaming with her, and then she's like, but I've got a really good body, and I've got breast implants. Do you really?
Yeah.
I'm just going to very subtly put your arms around here. Just going to very subtly check it out. Because I'm more of a visual guy than a touchy-feely guy. Almost like watching a flower blossom. You just plant the seed, relax, and stand by, and simply as a function of time and trust, she's like, I want you to do more. And it happens in other interactions as well. There's a girl in Perth who says to me, she's like, I dare you to take me back to your hotel room. There's a girl in Norway who says, I have to take all my friends home back to my apartment, but can we have crazy sex sometime this week before you leave? They actually say that and it actually happens. Why? Because I can do the physicality and the expressive stuff early, then I withdraw and I stand by. Weird, I know, a weird sequence, but then they get to show what they can bring to the interaction. They get to game me, or in your case, they get to game you, which is awesome too. His question was, I'm creating situations where the girls are asking me to have sex or wanting more sexual attention. And what you meant by that is like, well, obviously if they want to have sex, then I could have done it myself for them faster. No, because every guy wants to extract it from them, but no guy gives a girl a chance for her to game him. So I'm the only guy who's giving her a chance, making myself available for her to game me, for her to win the sex, which in turn, that kind of patience, makes it the fastest way to possibly do it, okay? When you think about it that way, because she's winning the game in that sense, because I'm the attractive, expressive guy with options who's not pulling the trigger on her, who's playing dumb when it comes to the end of the night. If I turned around and be like, cool, let's go home and have sex, she's like, hold on, slow down. It's me gaming her then and me taking from her, not taking, but achieving from her, where in this case, she's achieving from me. She can tell her friends later, like, I got a guy. He was so fucking dumb, but I got him. That kind of thinking. So it's a one-way street. So game kind of hard early, then take away, almost be a little bit bored and dumb and naive, and then she can be like, so where's your hotel room? So do you want to get out of here? And soon after, I'm like, hey, do you want to go for a walk nearby? I've got a rooftop terrace in my place. She's like, she doesn't say yes. She's just like, and then we go out of the house and then over to my place.